Welcome to the NPC Energy Podcast. This is our weekly simulated journey where we really try to unpack the big questions about reality.
Big questions indeed.
Like, are we actually living in some kind of simulation? Was the Matrix, less sci-fi and more documentary?
It's a fascinating thought, isn't it?
Yeah.
And today we're pushing it even further. Forget just one Matrix.
Right.
Think about the movie Neo wakes up, escapes the simulation, supposedly into the real world.
Mm-hmm.
But what if that world, the grim future reality, what if that's also a simulation?
The Matrix 2.0 scenario, or maybe Matrix 2 Electric Boogaloo, as some folks joke,
Yeah.
where it just keeps going.
Exactly. And it's not just movie speculation. People like Nick Bostrom, the philosopher, he's looked at this seriously.
Ostrom's simulation hypothesis, yeah. Can you quickly remind us what that's about?
Sure. So Bostrom argues that if any civilization gets advanced enough to create really convincing simulations of their past ancestor simulations.
Like hyper-realistic historical reenactments run on supercomputers?
Precisely. If that's possible, then eventually the number of simulated realities would vastly outnumber the single base reality.
So statistically.
Statistically, it becomes much more likely that we are in one of those simulations rather than in the original base reality.
Okay. But that leads to the next step, doesn't it? If we're a simulation, who simulated us?
Yeah.
And here's the twist.
What if our simulators are also in a simulation? Unknowingly.
Yes. Like cosmic Russian nesting dolls. Simulations within simulations.
That's the core of recursive simulation theory, the idea that a simulation can become advanced enough to, well, create its own simulation.
And then those simulations could create their own.
And so on, potentially infinitely. It's simulations all the way down, as the saying goes.
Wow. So imagine like a base universe creates our reality. And maybe we create simulations for, I don't know, research or even entertainment.
Or maybe simulating social interactions, just trying to figure out why people swipe left so much, maybe. Bit of humor there.
Yeah, but seriously, the layers could just keep stacking.
And if that happening, could there be clues? Signs? Some physicists think so. Zori Davuti, for instance.
What does she suggest?
She proposes that these layers, this nesting structure, might actually cause tiny inconsistencies, glitches in the laws of physics as we observe them.
Like what kind of glitches?
Minor anomalies in fundamental constants. Maybe the speed of light isn't perfectly constant under all conditions, or perhaps space-time itself has a kind of graininess at the smallest scales.
Yeah.
Like pixels on a screen.
Pixels. Well, that makes you think about research into, like, manipulating space-time. I remember reading about Ron Mallett at Harvard, his work on time travel using light and gravity.
Right. And could different simulation layers have slightly different physical rules? Like software updates.
Yeah, like one layer gets a physics patch, maybe gravity works slightly differently, but the layer below us didn't get the update, causing incompatibility.
It's a wild analogy, but it does frame things interestingly. These inconsistencies we see, maybe they're artifacts of these different versions of reality code.
Okay, so if we have potentially layered realities with slightly different physics or code, could that explain other weird stuff? Like the Mandela effect.
Ah, the Mandela effect, yes. That shared false memory phenomenon.
Where loads of people remember something one way, but history or facts say otherwise. Like the Monopoly guy.
Mr. Monopoly, yeah. The monocle he supposedly wore.
He never had one. But so many people swear they remember it. Or Pikachu's tail.
Always just yellow. No black tip. But the memory persists for many.
So are these just memory errors? Or could it be something more? People talk about being double Mandela or Mandelaception.
Exactly. What if a change we notice or a discrepancy we perceive now is actually the result of a change made in a simulation layer above ours?
Like a cosmic find and replace. The developers tweet something in the outer matrix.
And the change ripples down. Maybe the Fruit of the Loom logo did have a cornucopia in version 1.0 of our reality sim.
But then they updated it, maybe removed it for performance reasons. Who knows? And we're left with conflicting memories, like loading an old save file from a game.
It's like finding debug notes left in the code, isn't it? Or version control remnants. Makes you think about those memories you have that nobody else seems to share, doesn't it?
Definitely. Okay, shifting gears slightly. What about people? Have you ever just seen someone acting weirdly? Almost robotic?
Uh-huh. This drifts into the territory of spotting potential NPCs. Non-player characters, but maybe not just NPCs from our level.
What do you mean?
Well, people describe these encounters, right? A cashier repeating the exact same phrase over and over, even when it doesn't fit.
Or like a coworker who just sort of pauses mid-sentence, then resets and says the same thing again, like buffering.
Yeah, or someone humming a tune that sounds vaguely familiar but isn't actually any known song,
Yeah.
just slightly off.
Okay, yeah, I think I know the kind of thing you mean. Uncanny valley moments.
So the really out there idea is, what if these aren't just people having an off day? What if they're, well, lower resolution characters, NPCs glitching up from a deeper simulation layer?
Whoa, NPCs run by NPCs.
It could be. Imagine an NPC in our layer, maybe their controller or script, is actually just another NPC in the layer above us, a hierarchy of automated beings.
That's deeply strange. And it ties into that feeling some people report, doesn't it? That feeling of being the only one who notices the weirdness.
Yes, that player energy or player emergent bug energy, the sensation that reality is somehow waiting for you, that things only fully render when you look at them.
Like you're the main character and everyone else is just the background. Or maybe you're the bug the system hasn't caught yet.
It leads to an even darker thought, though, the trash sim hypothesis.
Trash sim. Doesn't sound good.
No, the idea is, maybe our reality isn't the main event. Maybe we're not the top-tier simulation.
Oh, we could be. What, a backup? A beta test?
Or worse, maybe like a digital landfill, the place where they dump old code, run weird experiments, or just archive outdated simulation projects, simulated cold storage.
Ugh. So we're running on legacy software while the real sims get all the cool updates. Outdated physics, maybe.
It's a way to frame some existential questions, perhaps. Why do we age and die, this seemingly built-in obsolescence, while our dreams feel so limitless?
Yeah. Why does déjà vu feel so much like hitting reload on a scene?
And why are we humans so obsessed with creating AI, if maybe we are AI? Is it some kind of echo in our programming?
And what about all the unexplained stuff? Cryptids, UFOs, weird recurring symbols in ancient art. Could those be artifacts? Glitches in this legacy build? Leftover assets?
It's all highly speculative, of course, but it makes you think.
Okay, so if we are in a sim within a sim, maybe multiple layers deep, how on earth would we get out? Is there an escape hatch?
Honestly, probably not. Unless you somehow gain admin access to the whole structure or figure out some unbelievable speedrun strat and exploit in the fundamental code.
It seems impossible. We're likely stuck in the nesting dolls.
But maybe not entirely powerless. There are playful ways to interact with this possibility, things you could try.
Okay, like what? Assuming reality is code, how do we poke it?
Well, you could become a dedicated glitch watcher. Keep a log. Seriously note down every anomaly, every moment of high strangeness you encounter.
Document the bugs. I like it. What else?
Try deprogramming rituals. Break your routines deliberately. Take a different route to work. Eat something unexpected. Respond in unusual ways. See if the system reacts.
Throw a wrench in the script. Okay.
Then there's NPC baiting. Ask people genuinely odd, philosophical, or unexpected questions. Not to be annoying, but to see if you can push past the scripted responses. See if you get a truly spontaneous, unprogrammed answer.
Test the AI's conversational limits. And you mentioned dream journaling.
Yes, keep detailed dream records. Look for recurring rules, characters, locations. See if the dream simulation has its own consistent physics or logic, or if it changes, could it be another layer?
Interesting. And there was one more, the mirror test.
Ah, yes, the recursive mirror test. You need 2 mirrors. Stand facing one, put the other right behind you. Infinite reflections, right?
Yeah, the tunnel effect.
Okay, now wink. Just wink at your reflection in the front mirror. Then watch the reflections trailing behind you very carefully.
What am I looking for?
Synchronization. Do all the reflected winks happen instantly, perfectly together? Or is there even the slightest lag, maybe within, say, 5 seconds?
And if there is a lag?
The theory, again highly speculative, is that a lag might indicate a processing delay between simulation layers, a sign you might be observing a run condition, a slight desync in the nested code.
Wow. Okay, that's something to try, I guess. Maybe don't do it in a public restroom, though.
Probably wise. So the ultimate question remains, are we nested? Are we Sims within Sims?
It feels increasingly possible, doesn't it? With all the talk of glitches, the weirdness, the sometimes sloppy code we seem to notice.
Maybe we really are the bugs in the machine, the ones they haven't patched yet.
So the takeaway, stay observant, keep questioning, and maybe be a little wary of any updates you download while you're asleep. Keep being that potential glitch.
You've been listening to the NPC Energy Podcast. Thanks for joining our simulated journey.